Today we have with us Mr. Abhishek Jain, Managing Director of India Solder and Braze Alloys Limited. India Solder and Braze Alloys are pioneers in brazing alloys manufacturing in India. He is an expert in terms of product innovations and marketing. So let us hear what he has to say about Indian brazing alloy markets and what types of innovations he has done in the product. Can you tell about yourself and your company, please?
See, I'm Abhishek Jain and I'm part of Indian Solder and Braze Alloys Pvt Ltd, which is like a 50-year-old firm now. It's a family-owned business, so it was started by my father in 1974. The brazing industry is like a very niche market in the welding arena. Brazing, as you know, is a subset of the universal set of welding. It's a specialized process wherein silver brazing alloys, silver is being used as an important raw material. So this silver being a critical element, it's costly. Volatility is, so it's a very important, it's a difficult product to manufacture now. Basically, silver brazing alloys has certain standards which govern the manufacturing of these alloys. These are like the Indian standard, the British standard, the American Welding Society standard. And broadly speaking, silver brazing alloys is basically cadmium-based alloys, cadmium-free alloys, and which are specialized for tungsten carbide tip tools. Now these alloys can be, it's basically various methods are there, but torch brazing is the plain vanilla, the traditional method of torch brazing.
So that is the product innovations you are coming into.
Yes, I'm coming to the product innovations. Yeah. So when we manufacture the brazing alloys, they are in the form of bare rods, these are in the form of rings, and these are in the form of foils and shims and sheets. So the bare rod is the basic form when torch is applied to the filler metal and it melts and it helps to do the metals. Now what innovation that we have introduced so far is that we have covered the bare rods with flux. So now we have a flux coated rod, which is the latest thing in Indian industry. So this helps in improving the productivity because it minimizes the wastage of flux, and also at the same time uniform flow of flux improves the braze joint. That is the latest innovation. Besides the other innovation that we have recently, we are going in for customization. We are manufacturing coins, special sizes and shapes of these brazing alloys are delivered as per the application of the customers.
It's industry specific and customer specific.
Yes, customer specific. So that minimizes wastage at their end and at the same time improves the productivity of the workers.
Okay, sir. Now coming to braze alloy, what is the potential market size of braze alloys? Do you see India scaling up the brazing alloys requirement to Chinese demand, or how do you see the market for braze alloys in India?
The Indian brazing solder market uses around 3 million ounces of silver. That translates to around 95 tons of silver. So even if I assume a normal 50% silver alloy to be consumed, so we are already catering to around 190 tons of brazing alloy that we are manufacturing. This is specifically to silver. China, in comparison, is doing 10 times that time. So it's a huge way to go. And coupled with the pricing and the volatility of silver that is involved, it's a huge ask. It's a huge ask.
So where do you see the disadvantage of India versus China? Do you see the basic structure in this market itself is limiting the brazing alloy industry going forward?
Yes, absolutely. This is a limiting factor because China has two advantages. One is that they are mining their own silver, so that reduces the cost. And additionally, Chinese manufacturing is being supported by the government of China by providing duty drawbacks, which in case of India is little less. So, and at the same time, we are importing silver. We do not have our own mining, which is not enough. The price factor is always a crucial issue.
So how do you see that any mix of, instead of cadmium alloy or something, do you see any new product innovation with silver going again?
See, I'll tell you, the brazing alloy, silver brazing specifically, there's a two set of alloys that are there. One is cadmium bearing and one is the cadmium-free alloys. This thing was faced by European manufacturers also. There earlier cadmium was allowed, now that has been banned. So the European manufacturer moved to the cadmium-free alloys and the industrial application has also shifted to the cadmium-free. So the same picture will happen over here and that's not an issue at all. We have a huge range of alloys.
Cadmium-free as well as cadmium-based.
Yes, we do. And we have a huge range in cadmium-free alloys, so that will not be a problem at all.
No, how you see as this as an opportunity for you to tap the European markets?
Yes, that's an opportunity because certain European manufacturers who would want cadmium bearing alloys, we can export it to them.
So you are seeing any potential tie-ups or inquiries coming in from European markets?
We are seeing inquiries from the European markets, especially after COVID, where China has become a little uninteresting area. It's now started to have looking towards Indian manufacturers for brazing alloys.
Sector which is booming again. We can call it a sunrise sector in terms of consumption of silver because all other sectors are matured enough. So this is the growing sector for silver metal.
It is definitely a growing sector for the simple reason that the infrastructure demand in India is growing tremendously. The government is putting a lot of emphasis on defense production, which is one of our key customer segments. Defense, railways, all these are sectors are massive investment from the government. And that is one opportunity area which I'm very much positive about.
What does it take from India Silver Conference?
I am looking at this great opportunity to meet a lot of important people in the industry, all the people who from the raw material stage, manufacturing, refining, to the end stage. I meet all of them, so I'm looking forward to the conference.
So you see value addition for your business in this conference?
Definitely, yes.
Thank you very much, sir.